We are going to be covering the 5 stages of business and what you need to be doing in advertising and marketing so you can get to the 5th stage. Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron from HarrisonBarron.com, and like I just said, we are going to be covering those 5 key steps. Now, I knew that there were steps in the business. I didn't know that nobody actually has a specific title for them, but there's typically it's just steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each one of those is going to represent a different part of your business. So I'm actually going to share this really quickly with you guys so you guys can see here. You have existence, survival, success, takeoff, and resource maturity. And I actually found this one too: development, startup, growth, expansion, and maturity. It's very similar. Depending on where you go online, you're going to see a variety of different areas. And I actually want to talk to you guys about what you should actually be doing to grow your business during each and every single one of these areas, because your advertising and marketing is going to change drastically as you progress through these 5 stages. Now, most businesses usually fail at stage 2, believe it or not. That's the survival stage. It's getting through, it's building that reputation. And I actually want to share with you guys some information that I've recently learned as to why most businesses keep failing constantly over and over and over again. And you might be thinking it's the business owner. It's actually not. Most businesses don't fail because of the business owner, although a lot of them do. It's actually because they don't understand how to acquire new customers and how to service those customers efficiently. We are going to be covering the first one of getting those new customers. So I'm going to pull up my screen again here, and we're going to cover those quick 5 stages. So right off the bat, we have existence, survival, success, takeoff, and resource maturity. And I happen to really like these, right? Development, startup, growth, expansion, maturity. They're very similar in both aspects. Now, this curve is not like this at all. It's probably much crazier, and there's lots of mini curves in there. But there's a couple different areas that you need to worry about. So you have existence and survival. Those typically go hand in hand. You're going to have existence, you just started your business, and then survival. You're getting to the point where you can then go into the success stage, which is the 3rd area. Now, for most businesses, when they're starting out, there's a couple things that you need to look for. The first one is do you have customers already? If you already have a decent lead flow of customers, whether or not you're getting them through referrals or other sources, you need to be marketing at every single one of these points. So in the beginning, when you have these customers, the thing that you want to do is actually SEO and build your online presence. Now, most people think, well, that takes forever. You're right. You want to do SEO when you do not need customers. The worst time to do SEO is when you need customers. I know it sounds kind of ridiculous, but your SEO efforts are going to help propel you through the survival and the success phase. That's step 2 and step 3, or stage 2 and stage 3 of this process. The reason why is because it's going to take 3, 6, 9 months for your blog to actually take off, and after that, it's realistically 1 to 2 years before you really hit that uptrend of growth. So in the beginning, if you have customers, the first thing you want to do is go out and start doing SEO. And this is assuming that you already have a website. Now, if you have a business and you have some cash flow, but you're struggling to get new customers, you actually want to do what the reverse of that would be, which is actually go to paid ads. You need new customers so you can get more capital to grow your business. If you are starving for customers, and I mean starving, not, hey, I could always use more, starving for customers, go to Facebook and go to Google, do them yourself, or hire somebody if you can afford it and have them go run your campaigns for you. Doesn't matter if it's on Facebook, doesn't matter if it's on Google, or a combination of the both. Do that first. Do not do SEO. As much as I'd love to preach SEO in the beginning, if you already have customers, go do SEO. If you don't have customers, go do advertising. That is going to be the way to do it. Now, we're getting into the 3rd stage here, which is going to be the success stage. And this is really, really important because most people don't actually realize, or they're not sure, hey, I've hit the success line, right? You're kind of hitting those strides of making some money, and just in here, you're hitting that growth area. What do you do now? And this is the area where I would say you need to double down. This is when you start doing whatever you did not do previously. So if you're doing SEO, now's the time you want to get into paid ads. If you were doing paid ads, now's the time you want to start doing more SEO. And you might be thinking, Harrison, why would I want to do that? Or if I'm already getting customers from Facebook and Google, why would I want to go do SEO? And the thing is, it's a very difficult way to sustain that, and those platforms are always going to be changing. People's thirst for knowledge is never going to go away. So capitalize on that. Use and leverage the need of people to get your services, and by them doing research online, allow them to find you. So if you had a lot of customers and you've been doing SEO for a while, it's now time to start migrating into that paid area. Start taking a percentage of every single sale and delegating that to marketing. This will make you way more successful. Now, on the flip side of it, if you've already been doing a paid campaign, start creating content. Whether it's you, your employees, or you hire an agency to go make that content, you are looking at the next year or two as far as that scale goes and how growth is going to look like. So you have to be doing both at the success stage. If you're not doing two different marketing strategies at this stage, meaning organic content and paid ads, you are not going to get to the fourth and fifth stage. And the reason why you need to do that to get to the fourth and fifth stage, if I come back over here, is you have takeoff, right? And you have expansion. You need to be able to be acquiring new customers through a free method such as content creation, SEO, YouTube, whomever you choose, and you need to be able to scale that through ads. And the reason why this is really important is because you'll have material, you'll be mature at this point. You'll have articles, you'll have knowledge bases, you'll have all of these questions answered that your ideal customer is asking. And this is going to give you a massive leg up against your competition. For whatever reason, most people don't do this. But if you really want to get to that stage 4, that takeoff or that maturity stage, or that expansion stage, better yet, this is what you need to do. That way you can say, hey, you know what? We're already getting tons of traffic. Our SEO and content creation is hitting regular strides and killing it. And then on top of that, now you have that ads base where you can turn it all the way up. You have great knowledge. You have a record of people hitting your website. You have normal pixel data. You have checkout data. All the data that you're looking for is finally there. And this just allows you to full throttle that with your ad campaign, having your SEO efforts bring in customers at a regular basis and regular interval as well. This is what is going to allow you to get to the mature level, that stage 5 level that everybody wants to be at. This is when you have an internal team. This is actually when you start to fire your agencies, right? If you've already hired an SEO agency, you can start to develop an internal team that is going to handle all of this for you. Now, yes, you can still work with an agency, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, but most companies will bring everything in-house. They'll maintain full control over it. That means they're hiring probably a Facebook and Google expert. They're hiring a developer, a designer. They're hiring a content team. They're taking all of these steps, bringing everything in-house, and this is the best time to do it. I know it sounds kind of crazy, and you're like, Harrison, you own a digital marketing agency. Why would you want to do this? This is going to allow them to have full control over it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a marketing team. You may have a marketing team or a marketing agency assist your marketing team, but at that point, most companies are going to bring it in-house, and it's just going to allow them to be the umbrella over everything, oversee everything, and they don't have to work with an outside agency. These people are dedicated 100% to that one company, and this is going to allow you to expand. Yes, you can use other resources. There's no doubt about that, but at this point, you're probably going to bring everything in. You've already pushed everything out. You've outsourced it. You've had other people help you. Now it's time to bring it in, and you're probably like, that's the craziest thing in the world. Yes, I would agree. I own an agency. Why would I ever want to tell anybody this? This is what makes companies successful. When a company starts to bring more people on and we're working with them, we know that it's probably come to the end of our road. It's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That means that company's growing. That means we got that company to that level, and then they could take off and soar from there on out. They don't need to hire an outside agency. It's pretty rare that large companies will keep an outside agency, although it does happen. And that's it. Those are your stages. Those are your 5 business stages and what you should be doing at every single business stage. It sounds pretty simple. I probably oversimplified it. I will be going into more depth. Always keep an eye on the comments and the description down below. I just throw in links in there that are going to help you out. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, little notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.